So, welcome back to the second episode of TFS Insider. I'm your host, Edgar.
And I'm Chloe.
And today we are here with the fashion show's managerial producers. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Maddie Rossi, one of the managerial producers.
And I'm Maddie Roberts, the other managerial producer.
All right, so we're excited to have you guys here.
We're excited to be
We're
here.
so excited to be here.
So, I guess just starting off with like general background information for those who necessarily aren't a part of TFS, who are kind of like outside. I guess just tell us about yourselves.
Like our role in the fashion show?
I guess, yeah, like your role, like major experience with like the fashion show.
Okay. I'm originally from Minnesota, northern-ish Minnesota, and I'm a senior majoring in AMD with an emphasis in product development and sourcing. And this is my fourth year being a part of the fashion show, which is crazy. So I started my freshman year doing gallery and display, which is now our visual merchandising committee. And then my sophomore year, I was finance director. Junior year, I was a behind-the-scenes day director. And now this year, I'm managerial producer. So, yeah.
I'm from St. Charles, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago. I am also a senior in AMD with an emphasis on fashion merchandising and retail analytics. This is also my fourth year with the fashion show. My freshman and sophomore year, I was on the design committee, and then my junior year, I was a design director, and then this year, I'm a managerial producer.
All right, perfect. Okay, so I guess like I don't know how to transition to this more smoothly, but so like with being managerial producers, like some people might just have like the general idea that like you guys are in charge of everything.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's a little bit different since there's outreach and then there's managerial. Like how I guess like would you describe your role like more in depth?
I feel like Maddie has put it a really good way before that we are we do things within the fashion show, and then the outreach is more like outside of the fashion show. So what we do is we manage all 15 committees, which has been really fun, and we split up the committees between the two of us, and we get to work with all of them and brainstorm all of their ideas and kind of just give that final say and make sure we're all on the same page and just making sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Now, has there been like any, I guess like unexpected like things you had to take on like with being a managerial producer, like something you thought like you wouldn't have to do but you end up having to do?
I feel like the craziest one, at least this year, that we've experienced is the 2 snow days that we've had for classes. Like, and I feel like honestly, just class in general, like I feel like you kind of step into this role and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm in charge of like the X amount of committees that I'm in charge of, but to almost like teach and run a class is something that I wasn't necessarily like prepared for. It's been super fun, but I feel like the prep work for that, like you almost feel like a teacher, like you're preparing for class every week, and that's something that I guess I just didn't really expect, like the teaching part of it.
Yeah, that's fair. I also feel like at first it's kind of like, where do we start? Like, especially with like the managerial, us working with all the committees, it's like, where do we start? How do we know if that is right? And Sarah has given us great advice. Like, you always can ask questions, but like you'll know, like you'll figure it out. And it's like, I feel like it really has hit that point where like, oh, okay, now like this makes sense. Like we know like the timeline of things and just making sure everything's going good.
Yeah, I feel like the craziest thing is like how long it takes to get comfortable in your role. I've like told Sarah and like my mom and everything, I'm like, this is just so different than being a director. And that wasn't something that I was necessarily expecting because you just have to know so much baseline information. And so like just kind of adjusting like your leadership style to know like just more and like, I guess like cover more things. It's just been really interesting.
I think also just because there are so many committees that you have to like keep track of, which has been so awesome, but I feel like we've been used to like just the one committee that we've been on. Like, for example, for design, like they have fit night next week, and it's like, it was like how, like I remember last year knowing every single little detail, and it's like, obviously I know that all now, but it's like, I also have so much more information about other committees, so it's just like a totally different role, and it's like they're fully in charge of that.
Right.
And it's just like weird, like
Or
to
just
take
support.
a step back from it.
That's exactly how it feels like. for the launch party,
Yeah.
we like FaceTimed and we were like, do we have to do anything tonight? Because we're just so used to like, okay, this is the event,
Yeah.
like we're running it start to finish. And to like show up and be almost like a support person instead of the person in charge was just like,
It's different.
It's definitely different, but it's cool to see like how everyone is doing such a great job and like leading their committee super well too.
Yeah,
so.
like they're accomplishing so much, and it's like it's so awesome from seeing it like start to finish.
Yeah.
Like talking about like we also FaceTime today, like just that like Fit Night we talked about in September, and it's next week, and it's just like it's crazy how fast these past 2 semesters have gone, and just at the fashion shows in almost a month. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of leads us into our next question. So, what made you guys want to be the producers?
Oh gosh.
You want to start?
Yeah. So throughout high school, I was involved with my like student council, and my senior year I was like president, and it kind of reminds me a lot of the fashion show because there was like a ton of different committees, and you're just kind of overseeing everyone and like being that support person. And so, like when I came to Iowa State, being an out-of-state student, I was looking for a very similar community to be a part of, but like student government here was not the same as it was at my high school. So when I found the fashion show, everything just kind of clicked. And then like I just knew that with like my experience my senior year that I wanted a similar role because I just loved it so much. And I do like credit all of the managerial producers that have come before us within like our 4 years have done such an amazing job and made it look so fun and just like something that you really want to do. And it's this huge event. And it's just like, I also feel like I've talked about this in past applications, but people who are part of the fashion show are just like different. Like they're so passionate about this one event. Like I think it's like fully student run, like the support and the community that's within this like club student organization is just like something I've never really experienced before. And so after like for sure like the end of my freshman year, I like knew it was a goal of mine and then just like working towards it ever since then.
Oh, 100%. I feel definitely like knowing how big the fashion show was like coming to Iowa State. Like I did come here strictly for the AMD program and the fashion show. So I feel like from the bat, I didn't really like understand what all it took for the fashion show, like what everything was built up. But my freshman year, I was super homesick, and the fashion show like actually like helped me so much, like just meeting people and just kind of getting out of my like comfort zone and finally like realizing like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be at. So I feel like I just loved being a part of it so much, especially since I was on the design committee. I was backstage for my freshman year, and so I feel like I knew, like, I saw everything that went into it. And I feel like that's kind of how I knew right away. Like, I just wanted to keep working my way up and just being able to apply for a director the following year and then junior year, just kind of keep going. I also feel like my junior year, as my first year as a director, I kind of really got the insight of how, like, the backstage stuff goes. Like, as a committee member, like, you don't work with the producers as much. So I feel like I finally learned last year when like working with the managerial producers, like how much they do that, like checking in with all the committees and just kind of making sure everyone's on the same page. So I feel like it really like sparked my eye last year, but I feel like I always known since freshman year, like I just wanted to keep like making my way up and like just seeing how far I can go for sure.
That's really cool. Okay, this is just like a personal thing about me, Maddie. You said you went to Batavia, right?
I went to St. Charles.
Oh, sorry, St. Charles.
Yeah.
So St. Charles North?
Yeah, North.
Did you guys have a fashion show there or no?
No, we didn't, but we had like FCCLA, so I was a part of that. So it was just kind of like competing with like your own looks and like I like designing stuff. So I did that 1 year, and then that's kind of how I realized like let's go into the merchandising route. Maddie. Like
not the design.
You're better at merchandising. So, but yeah.
No, I'm only just asking because like I live in Wheaton.
So
Warrenville South, and like their fashion show.
Oh wait, that's awesome.
Their fashion show for like 2 years.
Oh wait, that's so cool. I wish we did that.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Okay, keep moving on.
Okay, so I guess like since I was gonna say the four of you, Both of you have been involved in like the TFS the past 4 years. Like, can you recall like a memorable moment? Like,
Oh my gosh, there's so,
so
many.
many.
Okay, can I say two?
yeah.
Okay. I feel like Maddie and I were just talking about this, but our sophomore year, we both worked backstage because I was finance director, and like I said, like I was just like feeding to like, oh my necklace. I was just like really wanting to like experience everything in the show. Like I wanted to maybe apply to be a design director, so I was like, I have to get backstage. Like I got to get back there. So my sophomore year, I volunteered to help backstage, and Maddie was working the racks, and I was working a rack. And I, like, wanted design director that following year. And so I was like, Maddie, wouldn't it be so cool? We didn't know each other.
No, we
barely know each other. I was like, Maddie, wouldn't it be so cool if, like, we were both design directors and we're both named Maddie R? And she's like, yeah, that would be so funny, like, whatever. And, like, obviously, our junior year, we got different director positions. But, like, it feels like such a full circle moment to, like, be in this position together. So that's a memory I for sure will never forget. And then my last one is, so behind the scenes days, like basically our high school program where high school students get to like come in, look at the AMD program. And I was a director for it last year, and it was like such a fun day, so chaotic. But my co-directors and I, like, we had such a fun time, and I'll never forget, it was like after all of the high school students have left and we were like cleaning up. And, like, my co-director, Elena, we were, like, exhausted. So she, like, started, like, throwing these empty snack boxes at me, like, throwing them at me. And I just remember, like, laughing so hard and just being, like, I'm so happy this day is, like, done. Yeah. And we were, like, exhausted and need to go home. So, yeah, that's another good memory.
That's fair. I feel like I have just, like, overall loved being backstage the past 3 years. It's just so fun. And you just, like, being able to, like, dress the models has been so cool. But I feel like last year, one of my favorite memories is me and my co-producers and Sarah, like, all got together and had to, like, make the order a show. And I just feel like that was really cool, like, just problem solving of, like, if the models are in how many looks and just having to strategically put them all together. So I feel like seeing that all come together was, like, really cool because it's like, oh, they were supposed to go at that time because we, like, did that. So I feel like that was, like, really cool to see.
Do you want to?
I feel like every time it's just so awkward for me personally. Was there like any point in time where you guys were like, wow, this is like, I feel like I have imposter syndrome, like being in this position?
Oh my God.
Or like, were there times like there was a problem like you absolutely like could not solve until you're like, Sarah, this is an issue or something?
Every week. The imposter syndrome one, I, like, really struggled with this. I, like, got here in the fall, and I was just like, this is insane. Like, you know, you kind of look at the event, and you're like, how are we going to do this? Like, it is so big. And you kind of sit down at that first meeting in the fall, and she kind of just, like, is like, okay, like, this is some orientation stuff. Like, this is what you need to know. And
you're like, how do we, like, go from here to, like, the show? Like,
and I remember it must have been maybe like our second or third meeting. Like, we have meeting agendas, and I wrote down, like, what makes a good producer? Because I was like, I need point by point bullet points of, like, what I need to be doing so I make sure I'm doing it right and, like, to the best of my ability. And so we just had a conversation where Sarah she answered my questions for sure. Yeah. But she was also like, you got put into this position for a reason. Like, I believe in you. The team last year who were essentially the pros in this, like, they believe in you. They picked you for a reason. Like, and she kind of went into, like, how women in leadership positions often do struggle with imposter syndrome more than men. And so I think she's had a lot of those conversations with the producers being mainly women. So, yeah.
I feel like, honestly, even getting that email that we did get it, like, it was like I woke up and I was just like what? Like, I got it. Like, and I, like, it was just so exciting, but it was like, oh my gosh, like, this, like, the producers, like, I'm one of the producers. Yeah. Like, that was just kind of like a realization. Or even, like, being, like, outside, like, going to walking in class, and, like, people, like, that I've never, like, necessarily, like, am close with or talk to, like, would be like, oh my gosh, like, congratulations. Yeah. And it was like, I feel like that was, like, the craziest thing too, because it was like, oh my gosh, like, people knew. Like, and And it was just like so like awesome to see that like everyone was like so positive about it. But I definitely feel like that like right away getting it was like, oh wow, like this is so amazing. But it's like this is like crazy.
Especially
and, like,
when like it's your junior year, so you like get it, and then you kind of go home for the summer,
Yeah.
and you're kind of like, okay, like I'm just kind of sitting with this like crazy news.
Yeah.
Like you can't really do anything about it quite yet. So yeah,
you know, I definitely think it was like the first meeting. It was like, okay, how do we like start?
yeah.
Or even like picking the committees and the directors.
Yes.
It was like, it was just like all, I feel like the process has been so awesome. But yeah, there's been times where you're like, oh my gosh,
I know.
this is like my job too.
Well, even like, it's like sort of the thing, like, I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Like, last night I was on the phone with my mom and I was like, this feels so surreal.
Yeah.
Like, you look up to these people since your freshman year, whether you want producer or not.
Yeah.
Like, they are leaders. And all of a sudden, like, you're the person you once looked up to. Like, it's a
100%.
very weird feeling. So, yeah, imposter
amazing
syndrome is
feeling
crazy.
also.
Yeah, it is
It's
really
the best feeling for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, I guess with now being in the role, I mean, you guys both were like, yeah, it feels so surreal. What advice would you like give to those who are like thinking of being a producer, or at least just like, or like having that kind
That's
of?
our first time we've been asked that.
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like if like just do it. Like it's honestly been the best experience ever and like something that I'll never forget. And just like the connections and the people I've like the friends that I've made through this has been so awesome. But honestly, it's just like it's so rewarding too.
Yeah,
like I feel like
100%.
April 12th at like 9 p.m. on the, it's just gonna be like, oh my gosh, like how is it over? Like we did it. Like I'm gonna be so sad because this has actually been like the best thing ever at Iowa State, and I'm so beyond grateful. So I feel like just if you're thinking about it, just do it. Like apply. Like 'cause there's applications and then there's interviews, so just like do it. Like
yeah, I feel like my advice is like everyone says it's like not super glamorous. Like Sarah always says that about the managerial producer position, and I mean you have to love the work that you do.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that Maddie and I, there are times where we don't necessarily enjoy everything that we're doing, but at the end of the day, we love our position and we love the fashion show, so we do love what we're doing, if that makes sense. So you kind of really have to really love helping people and letting other people shine while you're lifting them up and cheering them on in the background. And like that's one of my favorite things.
I think so for sure.
I think that's like really good
I feel like I
advice.
remember like going to the informational session last year and like they were saying like, the managerial, like you kind of just said, like it isn't the glamour work. Like people aren't seeing you get like the guest designer. That you're not doing the merch. It's like, but like at the same time, it doesn't. We are so like doing stuff that we're proud of, which is amazing. So
yeah, and I think something that's interesting is like because the producers like. The past producers pick the new producers, they really know the role, and so they know people that'll fit the role really well.
Yeah.
And so even when we were doing director interviews, like I could tell Owen and Becca were supposed to be outreach producers, and I could tell if we were supposed to be managerial producers, just the way that our personalities are and like just the way that we work so differently. So
yeah, 100%.
Oh, that was great.
So backing up of like, so is the interview, is it like kind of like the same interview process to be a producer, like a director, or is there like something?
I just think it's kind of a little bit like
I think
not like intense, but like
the interviews are longer.
They're longer.
The application I think asks a little bit more in-depth questions, or
same with the interview. Like like it does.
And I would say like you're looking for more in-depth answers.
Yes,
as someone
100%.
who's looking like, I think that's kind of.
And it's
what
like
it is.
I feel like they know your experience too. Like. Coming into it. So.
Sarah says, like, if you want to be a producer, your application starts the second you kind of get into the fashion show.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you have to, you have to work hard and, like, show that you care about the fashion show. And, like, I feel like the most important thing is, like, getting producers great, but that should never be your reason for doing anything. It should always be because you want to and you want to support and, like, love the fashion show. But yeah, so it's a kind of a similar process, but different in some way.
And do you want to say? Because I don't know if like
I
you have
am
a
just
question.
personally curious.
Okay, so I think we're gonna like change a little bit topics more about like your personal experience. Obviously, seniors now, typically in AMD, junior year of summer, or after your junior year in the summer, you do like an internship. What was your guys' internships like?
We were just talking about this.
I was a merchandising intern for Von Mauer in Davenport, and I was in the handbags and small leather goods department. So I had a lot of fun with that. It was really cool, like talking to vendors such as like Tory Burch or Coach or Marc Jacobs. So that was really fun.
That's so cool. I was at TJX companies, so TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods. I was a buying intern in their bath, body, and wellness section. So learned a lot this summer. Definitely not something that I ever thought I would touch, looking at shower gels and hand soaps and stuff, but it was such a fun experience. And that was out in Boston.
Nice. So next is like the burning question, ever senior dreads. What are you guys' plans post grad?
I don't have any yet. I'm still looking, but hopefully be a buyer somewhere. So we'll see.
After my internship, I accepted an offer back at TJX, so I will be doing their allocation and their allocation
Planning?
Allocation analysis. That's what I'll be doing. So I don't know my department yet, but I'm hoping to be back in the brands with TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Hopefully I don't get Home Goods or Sierra or anything crazy like that, but we'll see.
So, like, do you think you'll be working with Sadie Besh? Because I know she was part of that.
Yeah. If I get in the same department as Sadie, that would be super exciting.
Isn't she in handbags?
She's in handbags. So, but I don't think I will. I mean, a girl can dream, but I'll definitely see her around the office. I saw her this summer. Hopefully we'll be living in the same neighborhood because I'm looking at apartments near her. So I'll probably see her around.
True.
So cool.
You can ask.
You guys are so funny.
Yeah.
I'm just like skimming this, and I'm just like, I guess we can talk about like your fashion style. So like,
Ooh.
what's your like vibe? What's your aesthetic?
Oh, that's a great question.
How would you describe it?
I feel like it's kind of funny because Sarah mentioned this to me like last week. Like, I am a girly girl, but sometimes you don't see that. Like, Sarah said that. She's like, I don't see you as a girly girl, but then I see your pink bow notebook with the matching bow pen. I'm like, yeah, that's true. So I feel like I do have, like, that girly girl style sometimes, but it's also, like, I kind of like the street vibe of just, like, sneakers, jeans, and, like, a sweatshirt. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I love to, like look nice, like, for, like, dinner. Like,
Yeah,
that kind of vibe
nice
is,
dinner.
like, that's my vibe. Like, I love that. Like,
When you're like tan on vacation,
yes.
get ready for
like
dinner.
a button down with
The
some
best.
like
Yeah.
oh, I have like this specific outfit. It's like a button down and it's like cinched and then with like my cheetah flare like jeans and then my tall boot. Oh, it's
Are you wearing it in Cabo?
no.
Okay, well, I guess that would be a little bit too warm for Cabo. Okay, my style is kind of interesting. I don't really know exactly how to label it. I feel like I'm very, I don't want to use the word like basic, but I do very much like, like creams.
Yeah.
I love a good jean. Love
Same.
jeans. Like I love wearing all jean outfits. And then I feel like the other thing is like it's kind of a little bit more feminine where I like brighter colors. I love florals. So I don't really have a label for it,
Yeah.
but I kind of just wear whatever like I feel comfortable in and then try and style it from there. I'm a big shoe girl.
Same. Like
so-
sneakers are my everything, I think.
I love sneakers.
But then there's boots. I
I know.
don't know.
Yeah, so like I love sneakers and shoes. So, no,
Shoes are my favorite.
sneakers and purses.
Yeah. Like my mom always says like your shoe size will never change.
That's actually a great point.
So she's like, I will have a million shoes because
yeah.
why not? Because your feet don't
Yeah.
like move. But so I think I like that too because then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
let me just get more shoes.
My biggest style inspiration is Matilda Durf.
Oh yeah.
Like if I could have her closet, she's like Michael. Like every time I'm like, what do I wear? I kind of look at her Instagram
Fair.
and try and figure that out. So whatever her style is, that's what I would like to be. I don't know if it's executed, but
I kind of feel that way about like Hailey Bieber.
oh my God, yeah. Insane.
Like, I think I would want to be her.
We have a couple of questions that our committee wrote for you guys.
Ooh.
So the first one is, if your wardrobe had a theme song, what would it be
Ooh.
and why?
Oh my god.
That's a really good question.
That's a really
I
good.
saw that. I was like, damn, she cooked.
Love-
Yeah.
Oh.
Great job, Brittany.
Okay, I feel like the theme song of my life is Suddenly I See,
Why was I just seeing that in my head?
because we're the same person.
That's actually really weird. Like, I was actually just thinking about that song.
Really?
Yeah. It's really
That's crazy. Okay, so probably that, or is it weird to say, like, Here Comes the Sun?
No.
Okay, so that would be mine. Those two.
I feel like maybe, like,
It's a really hard
Like-
question.
some of, like, my, like, brighter colors, I feel like it'd be, like, As It Was.
Yeah, here's yours. That's actually a good one.
Like, I feel like I could see an artist more of, like, my aesthetic. Because it's, like, he has those, like, chiller songs. And
Yeah.
it's, like, oh, my chiller out wardrobes. And then it's, like, oh, that's a hype song.
Yeah, I gotta get back into Harry.
Oh, he needs to release more.
Yeah, that's true.
Great question.
Yeah,
that really
that was a
that
good
really got me
question.
thinking.
The next one is, if you could design or style any outfit for any famous person, who would it be and what would they wear?
Ooh. I would again probably do like Harry Styles because I just feel like I'm obsessed with him, first of all, if you couldn't tell. But
Number one.
But I also feel like because he always like just is into the fashion trends, like with him wearing like the dress and like people
Yeah.
like really saw that as like a movement. So I feel like I loved that, and as well as like he's always with like partnering with Gucci, and I think that's so cool. So I feel like, I don't know what I would want him to wear, but let's see. Definitely like something Gucci, maybe like
That's hard.
he's already got his style
Yeah.
down. Maybe like a little velvet like suit, Gucci suit,
That would be sick. What color?
like turquoise. That's what's coming to me right
Oh.
now.
No, that would be good.
Maybe for like Dreamscape, we can.
Yeah, get him. Get it. April 12th. DM him. I feel like mine is. It has to be Sabrina Carpenter. Like 110%. I'm like obsessed with her.
Yeah, she's perfect.
I've been a Sabrina fan since I was like in 5th grade.
What about the like Olivia Rodrigo drama with that? Were you like
know
not
what?
on her side?
I was just like, I'm a girl's girl through and through, so I
Fair.
was like, it's none of your guys' fault. It's his fault.
Okay,
It's Joshua Bassett's fault.
fair. Okay, fair.
What I would put Sabrina Carpenter in, honestly, I feel like anything that I would wear. Like, I kind of just want to see her in, like, regular, like, kind of street-style clothing. So, like, a nice, like, baggy denim, like, with a cute sweater or something like that. Like, with
Yeah, I see
sneakers,
that.
like, something a little bit more laid back. Because I feel like I either only see her, like, in her, like,
Did you see the new green one?
Of course I did.
What
For
color?
Ireland.
Oh, what color would you? Let me ask a question. What color would you want to see her in? Like the opening when she's like that you haven't seen before.
Well, I feel like she's done a lot
She
of
has,
colors.
but like I feel like the green really shook the world.
That's true.
Or what's your favorite if you can't think?
My favorite one is probably like her like blue.
The Cinderella blue?
Yeah, like that.
That's fair.
But if I could see her in any color, it would probably be like that like mix between like purple and like magenta.
Ooh, yeah,
if that
yeah.
makes sense. Like something like really bright. I think that would look sick. But yeah. We had that one on lock.
Yeah. I was like, let me tell you.
What would you be and why? Well, sorry. What would you be if you were a piece of clothing and why?
Oh gosh. I think I'd be. I
actually had this conversation the other day with Abigail. I would be. You guys see my bag? That's what I would be. That's if I. Well, clothing wise, it may be different. But if I
What
was
about
a
like an
bag,
accessory?
that's
Does
what
that
I
kinda
would
work
be.
too?
Yeah, does an accessory work?
Yeah.
Should it be like something we own?
I think, honestly, you could do something you own, something you don't own.
Okay.
You do
So,
something. Like a
I
dream
own that. So I would be that bag. I'm obsessed with it. It's from Anthropology. Something I don't own? Oh my gosh. I have no idea. No, I don't know.
Like, what's your dream? It could be even like a designer.
I don't know.
Okay. I think I would probably be some Adidas Sambas. Or
Yeah, I
Gazelles.
was gonna say.
Like, that's my go-to. Like, my dream would be like the Gucci Gazelles.
Oh my god.
Like, that's who I
Stunning.
wish I could be.
Literally, I wish I could afford them.
Exactly. Same.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I also feel like I'm like a big lipstick person. Like, I love a good lip gloss, so maybe like something like that
Yeah.
too.
I'm trying to think if I had to be like a clothing item,
Yeah.
what I would be. Honestly, like, would it be weird to say like a really good like classic like vintage Levi jeans?
I was just thinking.
No, you were.
I swear. I actually swear. Because I was looking at my jeans and I'm like, okay, they're Levi's. I wear these like probably every day. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would
Okay,
be.
yeah, Levi jeans. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna go with that.
Yeah. So we have a joint answer.
We're each a leg.
Okay, so
How do you go off of that?
yeah, honestly. Okay, so I guess in the terms of like outfits, do you guys have your fits ready for the show?
This has been a huge conversation, at least for in my head.
Yeah. I do. You'll see April 12th.
Yeah.
There might be something else with it, so we'll see. But yeah, I do.
Yeah, I actually just ordered my dress on Tuesday after I found out our class was online because I was so angry.
Fair.
So I
And
was
you
like,
deserve it.
It's like I gotta do some retail therapy. So ordered that, and now I'm in the process of looking for some shoes. So
My shoes are secured. My
Dress is up in
dress
the air.
is up in the air.
you know who's having the hardest time figuring out what they're wearing? Owen.
Owen, you should ask him about it.
Yeah,
Really?
ask him about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, for
you'll
sure.
see April 12th.
Wait,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know if you guys can reveal this or not. Are you guys coordinating your fits like within the four, or is it like, or are you guys just doing your own thing?
Not between the four. Us two, kind of.
We like wanted to make sure the colors at least looked like good
good
together. And then I want to ask. Well, I guess I can ask you now. I kind of want to low key match with our shoes.
Okay, well, I showed you my shoes.
I know. I know. I need to ask you if that would be okay.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay,
don't care.
perfect.
I don't care.
So yes,
Please.
we're low key gonna match with the shoes. It's just been decided.
My mom was also like, well, you need to know what Maddie's wearing.
Yeah.
Before. I'm like, yeah, I know. We need to look good together. Like,
Yeah,
need
we
to-
had, it was definitely a conversation where I was like, okay, like, do you have any plans? Because I saw a TikTok of a dress that I liked this summer, and then I was like, we'll see. And then you saw something this summer, and you showed me, and I was like, okay, let's go well together. So
So yeah, we've been doing it together.
yeah, that's what we're doing during office hours.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the stress of the outfit. Did you find shoes
Kind of.
like similar?
I'll show you.
No, because I know last year, like, we kind of wanted to coordinate, not really, but like, thankfully, we just all ended up wearing black. So, like,
Oh yeah, there
that
you
was
go.
easy, yeah.
That
Yeah,
is
we
I
didn't
don't know what we're
coordinate
doing
as
this year.
direct.
I'm not wearing black.
See, okay,
Chloe said no.
that's the thing. That was what was so hard. Like I love like I said, creams, whites, like, but the theme is so colorful
Right,
and
yeah.
so fun. And I've only ever worn cream, black, or like a gray is like my past what
Yeah.
I've worn to the fashion show. So I was like, I gotta kind of go kind of colorful this year. So you'll see.
Tune in April 12th.
Yeah, tune in April 12th. There's a live stream.
So is my hard no on black going to change your mind on your fit, Edgar?
No, it's going to be all black.
Oh.
I mean,
Are you
nails,
making it?
I.
Or is that we can't talk about
That's
it?
up in the air. I really want to do it. It's just
Time.
Time, yeah.
Fair.
Although I think I'm doing okay time management wise. So I might.
There you go.
I don't know if I
exciting.
make everything though. I think just like the jacket.
That'd be cool.
That would be so cool.
I wish.
No, literally. I wanted Abigail to make mine.
Oh.
She's like, I don't have time.
Yeah, okay.
I get that.
So I guess the last thing I guess wanted to ask was back during our both our exec retreat and first day of class, you guys had hot takes.
Oh god.
And we wanted to ask you guys about why. So
I don't even remember mine.
I wrote them down.
Oh,
Oh, Edgar has that.
Edgar's been taking notes.
Okay, so Rob, you said Arby's was goated, and then Maddie, said that cheese isn't good.
Okay, yeah. Those are both kind of crazy.
Okay, you guys are gonna think I'm really weird. I technically don't like cheese, but like I'll eat pizza. It's really weird. Okay.
It sounds like, you know that Nick Jonas song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally me.
That's you.
Introducing me
Yeah.
in Camp Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is me. Pizza, mozzarella sticks, and like mac and cheese.
Those are all the important things. Though,
but like if
really.
it's too cheesy, I like.
Oh. Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
but like cheese and crackers, goat cheese, blue cheese, Like on my sandwich, I am not getting cheese on that.
What did you do in Italy?
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah, because all they have is cheese and like produce, basically.
Yeah. So, but I made it all alive.
Yeah, you made it out alive.
But yeah, that's my. hot take.
Okay. Wait, you want me to explain myself?
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, the reason why I love Arby's so much is because I grew up going there. My mom loves Arby's too. And so I feel like it's kind of like a nostalgic thing for me.
That's fair.
And I will say, I don't go there very often. Like, it's not like, it's not like a weekly, like,
Do we have
after
one
the
here?
fashion. Oh, God, yeah, we have one
Okay,
here.
We'll have to go. We'll have to go one day. Because I don't mind it either. I haven't had
Really?
it forever, but same thing. I used to always go growing up.
So I feel like it kind of, I don't know, I just grew up going and like, it's a good fast food restaurant. You eat it and you don't feel gross after like you do with McDonald's.
What about do you like their curly fries?
Love?
So good.
Love. They have really good mozzarella sticks there. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that kind of explains it. Like, I don't know, my stomach doesn't hurt after
Yeah,
I
that's
eat
fair.
it, and that always is a good thing. So
What's your guys' hot take?
yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't like chocolate. Chocolate's not that good.
Like
Really?
not at all. Like none.
I mean, milk chocolate is like the better one, but like
Yeah.
I'll never like go for
Like you don't like a Reese's.
no. Like if I want candy, I don't go for anything that's chocolate.
You're like a Skittle or something.
Like sour.
I like the specifically like the watermelon sour,
Sour Patch?
Kids. Or,
Fire.
like I don't know if you guys like know this, like Asian candy like Haichu.
Yeah, those are
Mhm.
good.
Those are good.
Those are really good.
I agree. You.
I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest. I think I really can't think of one off the top of my head.
Wait, okay, I have a question for Edgar since you didn't answer that one. What is your favorite color other than black?
Purple.
Hey, me too.
Duh.
Duh. So you're happy with the committee shirts then? Did you vote for purple?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know what the other color was.
It was like that blue and like
It's
red.
blue. Yeah.
Blue and red, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All great colors, but purple is the better one. I didn't even get to vote, so I was kind of nervous, and then
Purple won by a
purple
landslide.
won. Yeah, so.
The red one kind of reminds me of like those lifeguards that swim.
Oh, yeah.
and they
That's
wear their
fair.
That's a
shirts.
great
Like,
point.
I don't want to be walking like wearing that on like BTS day. It's
Yeah.
Like, is that a
Yeah.
lifeguard or is that?
Yeah, that's so valid.
That's fair.
I will admit, like, our freshman year, we had these, like, tan, like, skin-colored shirts, and that was crazy. Like,
Were you a part of the fashion show freshman year?
No, I joined last year. Like
really?
Yeah, I joined late.
Wait, last year was your first year?
Yeah.
And you were a director?
Yeah, it was kind of surprising.
Good for you.
But also
He's just like that.
That
yeah.
is really insane.
So I guess that's, like, that's the thing that I always, like, said the first couple weeks of class. So I was like, I'm learning just as much as some of you guys
exactly.
are.
That's another thing. Like talking with, like I've literally only been on design since
Yeah.
freshman year. Like and just learning. Like I don't know about photography. Like
Right.
Like it's
Exactly.
me. I don't know what is the card called? Like
SD?
yeah. What's that? Off the record.
Oh, we want that off the record.
You can't know that I don't know what I'm doing sometimes.
And, like, that's the thing is, like, behind the scenes day, Maddie and I talk about it. It's, like, it's a whole separate,
Yeah.
like, thing of the show. Like, you don't really even touch the fashion
Yeah.
show. Like, you don't really talk to any other committees. You're just planning
Yeah.
that day. So I'm, like, kind of happy because I was finance director, which is so crazy.
Yeah.
But I got to see, like, what every committee did. And so, like, that was nice in a way. But still, there's some times where I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like the show and the committees have changed so much even within the 4 years
Yeah.
of us being here.
Oh gosh,
so,
yeah.
like, design our freshman year used to plan judging weekend. So, like, alumni wasn't in charge of that at all. So they
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
had to find the guest judges and, like, book the hotels and do all of this.
Yeah.
One committee is crazy. So, yeah.
Are you submitting a senior line? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
How
I
many
got
pieces? Or is
Right
that
now-
TBD?
No,
You
right
can't
now,
tell.
right now I'm at 4. I want to get 6, so I have.
Busy weekend ahead of you.
Well, yeah, and then I have my trend shoot this weekend. So
Oh, of course.
yeah, that's.
Do you have a sewing machine at home?
Yeah, I have a sewing machine and serger, so I'm like
That's good then.
ready to.
You'll get it done.
Oh yeah.
I hope. If not, I'm
You just have like a
Wait.
really like long weekend ahead, and then you
Yeah.
can rest. And then
Well,
spring
yeah,
break.
you need it by Monday.
Monday,
Tuesday.
Sunday, technically.
Oh, no,
Form.
Monday.
Yeah, initial.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, that.
That. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's all the time we have. I know we have like maybe 4 minutes until we're getting kicked out. But do you guys have any questions?
Really? Oh my god, that's so awesome. I was like extremely caffeinated and I couldn't eat because I was so nervous about the whole day. So if I don't know if you remember, but during the student panel, like I was like it was like my second Celsius of the day and I was like this. Like I was like tweaking on stage like I couldn't stop
my
moving.
gosh.
But that's so funny. Cause I was like, I wonder if people like know that I'm like in charge because I was just kind of running.
No fair.
So sweet. I'm happy you enjoyed yourself. Clearly it worked. Woo!
Thank you, everybody, for watching TFS Insider. We'll catch you on the next episode.
Woo!